Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for an exciting Ponant Yacht Cruises and Expeditions webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Specialist here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. This webinar will run about 30 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Edie Rodriquez. Edie is America's brand chairman. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Anna. Continue. I apologize.
And I believe we do actually have a slide. Okay. Edie is America's brand chairman and special corporate advisor for Ponant, the world's leading luxury yacht expedition cruise line. She has over 30 years of experience in executive roles in the cruise and travel industry and previously served as the CEO and president of Crystal Cruises, where she led the brand's transformation during her tenure. She has also held leadership positions with brands from Carnival Corporation and RCCL Corporation. Edie is actively involved in the travel industry in many capacities, from serving on advisory boards to supporting tourism cares. She has won numerous awards and recognitions acknowledging her business leadership and is a strong voice and advocate in the luxury travel space. With that, take it away, Edie.
Well, thank you, Anna, for that kind introduction. Hello, CLIA members. First of all, you've picked a great career as a travel professional and now rebranded throughout the industry as travel advisors, as ASTA is doing and some organizations are doing. But whether you call yourself a travel advisor or you call yourself a travel professional, you're on the right path if you are a member of CLIA and selling cruises. So I am delighted to be part of the Ponant team. We'll go to the next slide. And what you don't know about Ponant, I endearingly say, is America's best kept secret. But that's changing in a big way. We are a 30-year-old brand, but as you can see there, we were just named a Travel and Leisure magazine 2018 World's Best for both mid-size ship. We came in number 3. And for small size ship, we came in number 4. Now, I have to tell you, the fact that we were even on the page is phenomenal. If you can make this list in the top 5, it is a phenomenal thing. And how you should use this is to help you close more sales. And by that, what has to happen is if you're trying to sell, the great thing about Ponant and step 1 in the selling process should be you asking the right sets of questions to your clients that you will entrust to become our Ponant guests. And to that end, the first question you should ask is where they want to go. And once they tell you that, I would hope that you will look and see if Ponant has a sailing available for them, because we literally have over 460 itineraries. We go all over the world, all 7 seas, all 7 continents. And when we take delivery of the world's first luxury icebreaker in April of 2021, we will even go to the North Pole. So I'm making it up. Let's say your client said they wanted to go to Myanmar. If you look at our itineraries that include Myanmar, you will see an itinerary that you can offer. And if your client says, well, I've never heard of them, you can use this Travel and Leisure Award as a very powerful tool to help you close more sales. So 30 years in business, leading the yacht expedition part of the world. And that's a picture there. Sadly, it's transposed and backwards, my apologies, but it is Le La Perouse, our newest vessel, which we took delivery of just over a month ago. She is our Explorer class, and she is getting 5 sisters, the first one coming next month. So let's go to the next slide, and I'll tell you a lot more. Our history. We are a 30-year-old brand, and there you see our very passionate founder, Jean-Emmanuel, in the middle. He was a merchant seaman from France who had a vision and a dream to start the world's leading luxury yacht expedition cruise line company. And that is, in fact, what he did 30 years ago. Now we fast forward 30 years later, and what has happened? He's built this brand. We currently have 6 ships. We are getting delivery of 6 more. And while it's very, very important to have a passionate founder, you have to have a passionate owner and a robust financial portfolio. And I'm delighted to say that we are very well financially backed. Our owner is Group Artemis, which is the Pinot billionaire family, Salma Hayek's husband and father-in-law, and they own many things in addition to Ponant. They own Christie's Auction House, they own Chateau Latour, and they own Kering. And if you're not familiar what Kering is the leader in luxury merchandise. Brands like Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, Brioni, I can go on for days. All the brands I endearingly say that get my disposable income. So what's fantastic about a passionate founder and a robust owner who knows luxury like no other is that we are growing this brand from 6 vessels to 12 by April of 2021. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about our Ponant fleet currently. So as I said, we go all over the world. Literally, if you can get there by ocean, seawater, Ponant goes there, with the exception currently of the Galapagos. The Galapagos is just about the only place we don't go. As I said, over 460 itineraries, all 7 seas, all 7 continents. And after all, no matter how fabulous of a brand we are, and we are, the number one reason people choose to go on vacation is for the itineraries. And what makes us even more phenomenal is the fact that with 270 guests or less as the size of our vessels, we can create the most unique itineraries, get into some spectacular ports, by the way, that are not crowded with the rest of the cruise industry, stay longer, stay later, stay overnights. It's really a spectacular Ponant experience. So our flagship and the genesis of our brand was Le Ponant, which is a 64-guest, 3-mast sailing ship. She does Cuba and the Caribbean in the winter and the Med in the summer. Then we have 4 sister ships of 264 guests, the newest hardware in the yacht expedition space, by the way, with Le Boreal, La Austral, Le Soleil, and Le Lyrial. And then we took delivery, as I said, just over a month ago, of Le La Perouse. Our 184 guests, just 92 outside staterooms and suites. And she is getting 5 sisters. The first one, Le Champlain, coming next month, 2 more next summer of 19, 2 more the summer of 20. And they are purpose-built for polar regions, but warm weather and cold weather regions. 140 crew. Our maximum capacity we use in Antarctica is just 199 guests, even though our 4 vessels that visit there can host 264 guests. 2 restaurants, 2 lounges, 2 bars, theater, pool, spa, gym, internet cafe, Photoshop kiosks, library, and a marine launch. We are an incredible, incredible yacht expedition experience. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about our staterooms. We have beautifully appointed staterooms. As you can see there, they are designed in an understated, elegant palette that is very yacht club-like of a feel and stand the test of time. If you go on these ships in 5 years, they're not going to look dated and old. This is classic yacht-style elegance. And there you see listed on the left everything that our staterooms include. And on our new ships, they are 92 staterooms and suites, all outside. We have beautiful Hermes bath amenities, 24-hour room service, really great Wi-Fi. The list goes on and on and on. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about these 6 ships that we are getting, doing 7 continents with 12 ships by 2021. Let's go to the next slide, please. And here you see our Ponant Explorer class vessels. They will be identical except for color palette. They have so many unique features, and they are really built for warm weather exploration. Now again, 92 staterooms and suites, 184 guests, all outside staterooms and suites. What you can't see in this photo is that the back of the vessel has an infinity pool that then goes out to a 3-tiered marina. So if you have a guest that one is doing kayaking, another is going off on the Zodiacs, another is going off deep sea fishing, These are all very easy access to get on and off the vessel with 3 tiers. What you also don't see in this picture is that these vessels light up from the bottom up. So at night, it's really quite spectacular because what they will all have is something we call the blue eye, the first underwater lounge with windows that the IMO, the International Maritime Organization, approved for us to build. So the blue eye is a lounge that is under the sea level. When you take the stairs or the elevator down to the blue eye lounge, you enter this beautiful space that the whole width of the ship, both starboard side and port side, have big eye-shaped glass windows cut out so that you can see the undersea life day and night because the vessel is lit from the bottom up in the evenings. And not only can you see out, but you can hear out up to 5 kilometers away. And so the seats vibrate because the whole thing was designed around biomimetics. And it's just this incredibly exceptional way to see and hear the undersea life of the parts of the world that you are visiting. It's fantastic. And you can sit down there with 40 friends and have drinks, and it's really a unique, beautiful experience at sea. Now, we have some spectacular videos, and sadly, CLIA doesn't have the ability to really show them right in this webinar format. So we're going to send out the links to you, but I do encourage you to go to the Ponant website, to go to our video library, both Ponant on YouTube and on our websites, so that you can see these spectacular videos we have of the parts of the world we visit and the underwater lounge, the Blue Eye. I guarantee you, if you put together an email blast with the links to our videos to your clients, you will get a lot of traction, close sales, earn more commission, because when they see this, whatever part of the world they want to visit, again, with the exception of the Galapagos, and if you can get there by seawater, they will want to call you, email you, book Ponant through you, our valued CLIA member. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's look at a screen capture of our Explorer class. As I stated, 92 staterooms and suites, just for 184 guests, all 100% balconies. And the 6 names you see there, we consider ourselves a modern day Explorer company. And we are French owned. We're proud of our French roots and heritage, but I say we're an international brand experience of luxury. And those 6 names you see there are named after very, very famous French explorers. So keeping with our genre and theme of a modern day exploration. Let's go to the next slide. And here you see, we took delivery of La Perouse last June. I sailed on her myself. I went to the beautiful naming in Iceland with our chairman's wife, and it was a spectacular event. And then I went back and sailed on a 7-night voyage just about circumnavigating Iceland. It was a spectacular experience. I was so proud and humbled to be part of this great company. This is clearly a brand experience you, as our CLIA valued travel professional partners, can sell with the utmost confidence. Let's go to the next slide, please. Here you see a beautiful screen capture on our Explorer class on the La Perouse of the Grand Deluxe Suite. Spectacular. What you don't see fully in this shot is the magnificent outdoor balcony space, the hot tub out there, the adjoining rooms, just beautiful. And as I stated, understated elegance that whether you sail today, tomorrow, 5 years from now, will stand the test of time and hold up to that beautiful, luxurious yacht-like feel. Obviously, anybody in a suite category on us gets full butler service, but all accommodations get 24-hour room service. Let's go to the next slide. And this is part of the owner suite sitting area. So as you wander through this magnificent owner suite, look at that balcony space out the back. Just beautiful. We'll go to the next slide. And this is a screen capture of one of our deluxe suites. Beautiful. That couch can be a third berth if you have families traveling together. We do take children 5 years and up. If you have a child that wants to sail younger than that with the parents, you just need to ask us. We will try to get the captain's approval. Let's go to the next slide. Here's an example of our prestige stateroom. Beautiful, very comfortable, lots of room. A couple, 2 people can feel very comfortable in here. The beds can split apart if you need 2 single bed configuration. And again, that little couch can convert to a third berth. Let's go to the next slide. Here you see a beautiful screen capture of the panoramic lounge. This is up on the upper deck. It doubles as a library, a lounge, live music, a bar. But what you can also do, in addition to looking out there, there is spectacular outdoor space there to take your pictures, your photos, or just go out there and enjoy and watch a sunrise or a sunset. Really, really beautiful. Let's go to the next slide. Here you see our beautiful restaurant. So we are fully open seating dining. You can dine whatever time you want with whom you want. And it is a beautiful international menu. And there's lots of sort of what I call American standards that are on the menu every day, like, you know, burgers, steak, chicken, pastas, etc. But our culinary advisor is Alain Ducasse. I do not think there are any better Michelin stars out there than what Alain Ducasse has had in his career. He is the most famous French chef, a world-renowned chef, and we are honored to have him as part of our team as our culinary advisor. So this is a screen capture of the dining room. I have to tell you, even when it's full to capacity, it was really designed around keeping the noise levels down. And you can actually, in full capacity at dinner, hear the people across the table from you. So we've done a great job designing that and keeping noise levels down. Let's go to the next slide, please. And here you see a screen capture of the Blue Eye, and that's only one side. You don't see the other side that is matching. Those seats, as I stated, actually vibrate and have sound coming out of them. So not only can you see the undersea life, but you can hear it up to 5 kilometers away while you're down there enjoying the people you're traveling with, new friends you've made, and sipping a glass of your favorite cocktail. Let's go to the next slide. Our video on this is fantastic. I'm sorry CLIA doesn't have the ability to show it in this webinar format. So, as I stated, we launched La Perouse, the first of 6 Explorer class last June. I went on her myself in Iceland. She's making her way now around the Mediterranean, down to Greece, onto the Adriatic, before she heads off to the Seychelles. In 19, she will do the Asia continent, the Indian Ocean, Bali, New Zealand, and the beautiful Kimberley coast off of Australia. Let's go to the next slide and talk about her first of 5 sisters she's getting coming next month. In 18, Le Champlain will do the Mediterranean, Central America, including the Amazon. We actually go up the Douro in Portugal, but we actually go up the Amazon to Manaus and then on to the Caribbean, before 19 doing Central America, South America, and the Mediterranean. Let's go to the next slide. And coming in 2021, and we have a fantastic video on this as well that you should share with your clients. We are now accepting pre-bookings for the world's first luxury icebreaker. And there you see a screen capture. She will literally go longitude, latitude, North Pole in the most luxurious manner. And when I say she will be spectacular, she will be spectacular. Even though we're not taking delivery for just under 3 years, the demand has been unbelievably robust. So if you have any clients that have the North Pole or sailing to cold weather destinations around the world on a luxury icebreaker, this is the way to do it. Book and reserve them now. She will be sold out. Just 135 staterooms and suites, all outside for just 270 very lucky guests. Let's go to the next slide. And here you see a side view of all that she will include. She will have LNG, liquefied natural gas, so she'll be as eco-friendly as possible, fantastic stabilizers, and a reinforced hull. She will be built to Polar Class PC2, which will make her have the ability to really get to the North Pole without needing an escort vessel, if you will. Let's go to the next slide. 2 onboard helicopters, 16 expedition Zodiacs. But again, we have a unique global set of itineraries. There you see the world, and there should be a little mark at the top for the North Pole, because as I said, and I will continue to remind you, if you can get there by ocean or seawater, currently with the exception of the Galapagos, Ponant's yacht cruises and expeditions can take your clients there in the most luxurious manner with the safest safety record of 30 years experience sailing the world in an expedition manner. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about our newest small ship fleet. We'll go to the next slide again. This is a game changer. I call our vessels, by the way, the sexiest vessels at sea. I endearingly refer to them as the floating Maseratis and Ferraris and Lamborghinis at sea. But we are a really good global citizen as a company, as individuals, and we truly go beyond green with our certified clean ships. So all of our new vessels have silent electric propulsion systems, dynamic positioning, advanced wastewater treatment, far-sounding sonar, 3D ocean floor mapping, and LED and CFR lighting technology. So we will continue to be clean and green and be as eco-friendly to the beautiful parts of the world that we visit. By the way, pre and post, we send teams in advance. We make sure we leave the places we visit cleaner than they were before we went there. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about, again, 100% balconies, outside staterooms and suites on our Explorer class ships. 6, Le La Perouse already sailing the world, Le Champlain coming next month, 2 more next summer of 19, 2 more the summer of 20, and in April of 21, the world's first luxury icebreaker, all outside. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about how we are an all-inclusive brand experience. Gratuities, full open bar, and taxes are always included on Ponant. And all of our shore excursions are a la carte. So if you're getting off of our vessels, as a rule of thumb, on a Zodiac, those shore excursions are included complimentary. If you're not getting off in a Zodiac, and maybe like when I went to the national parks in the Chilean fjords and got on a bus tour, that we paid extra for. But if you get off on a Zodiac, it's included. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about expedition. This is about exploration, exotic destinations, naturalists. Our naturalists on board have so many years experience. They are passionate about what they do. So we don't only take you to these places, we really educate you about these places, both in, format of a classroom style in the theater, but the naturalists are on every Zodiac with every guest. So they're learning firsthand, answering questions firsthand. And we've got the latest, youngest, most advanced fleet of Zodiacs, and we are an all-inclusive brand experience. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about what all-inclusive means to Ponant. All meals on board the ship, full open bar, all gratuities, all port fees and taxes, 24-hour room service, butler service in the suites, and all of our shore landings via Zodiacs are included. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about some of our fabulous luxury partners. Veuve Clicquot for champagne, Le Doré for those fabulous little pastry macaroons, Hermes for toiletries, Ducasse Council, Alain Ducasse and his team for our culinary advisories, Paul's, and Suthy's. Suthy's is a very famous French spa, and that is who runs our spa, our gym, and all of our beautiful salon treatments you can get on board, a massage, a facial, your hair done, etc. Let's go to the next slide, please. We are casual luxury. I'm often asked, what is the dress code? We are understated elegance, country club, yachting, casual luxury. That doesn't mean that we don't have black tie optional evenings. We do, but it's really up to the guest. You can dress up or you can dress down. Casual luxury. Let's go to the next slide, please. And we are French-inspired cuisine, but it really is an international palette. So you can pretty much get whatever you'd like. If you don't love French food, I love French food, but some days, as I said, I just want a burger or a steak or a pasta dish or chicken. You can get all of that every day. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about sharing our maritime passion. There you see our captain up on the bridge, and we don't like to say we have an open bridge policy because, you know, you want to always be safety first as our mantra, but weather permitting, captain permitting, we do invite our guests to come up to the bridge and see from the captain's view the parts of the world we are exploring. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about our guests. Our guests are truly global citizens. You know, the genesis of our brand was French, and we do get a lot of French guests. But today, global citizens and the words luxury are really about an international palette of guests, an international standard of luxury. And that's what you will find on a Ponant Experience. After all, why does one travel? One typically travels to meet the people from all over the world. And this, you can really get an eclectic international mix on the Ponant Experience and make new friends from all over the world. Let's go to the next slide. By the way, I am an American citizen that is not fluent in any other language but English, and I feel totally comfortable on Ponant. So it's really a misnomer that when people say, oh, don't you have to speak French? Absolutely not. All of our crew are bilingual at a minimum in English and French. And, you know, we make very few announcements as a luxury brand. When we make them, they are in English and French. All of the menus come in English and French. All of the daily programs, the daily newspapers, English and French, and other languages, because we have an international palette of global world explorer guests. We have a world-class expedition team. There you see some of our naturalists. They've been with us many, many years. They're passionate about what they do, and they get off on those zodiacs every time with the guests to go exploring firsthand, in addition to lecturing about the parts of the world they are going to take our guests to. Let's go to the next slide, please. And as I said, we are the leader in luxury expeditions, but not just polar. We go all over the world, warm weather and cold weather expeditions. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about our software. Elegant accommodations, 100% balconies on our Explorer class ships, butler service in the suites, and French-inspired cuisine, but an internationally eclectic menu for everybody's palate. The next slide, please. And when we're locally in port, we try to deliver the local food as well, so you get a local experience without going off the ship, unless, of course, you want to, because when we stay overnight, you're free to do that in port as well. Our expedition hardware is 1A ice class hull. We have forward-facing sonar, always safety first is our mantra for the life of our crew, our guests, and our vessels. 3D ocean floor mapping, dynamic positioning. We are all certified clean ships, and our Mach V Zodiacs. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about the Ponant difference and how do you sell us. So this is a good sort of matrix for you to be cognizant of and utilize in the selling proposition. On the left, you see traditional expeditions. Those companies host 20 to 180 guests. Mostly they're older ships. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but today's demanding international wanderlust global citizen wants new. That's just a fact. In the cruise world, they want new. So these are older ships on the left, and if that's what your client wants, by all means, sell them on that. Now let's go over to the right, luxury small ships. They typically have 400 to 700 guests. Some are new purpose-built ships, lecturers, large public space, no open bridge, etc. We are that sweet spot right in the middle, combining the two. We are traditional expeditions concurrently with luxury small ships. Hey, that's why we won 2 awards in Travel and Leisure World's Best for mid-sized ships and small ships. Number 3 and 4, let me tell you, very powerful tool to close sales. So we have guests from 64 guests on our beautiful Le Ponant sail ship to 264 guests on our Le Boreal. New purpose-built ships, naturalists and zodiacs and cultural experts, large public areas, an open bridge, luxury accommodations, and unique and remote itineraries because of the size of our vessels to well-traveled destinations. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about beyond the polar regions, tropical and subtropical expeditions. The next slide, please. Where luxury meets experiential. It's all about experiential in this day and age from a demanding luxury client/guest. There's a shifting trend in luxury travel where they want authentic experiences, in-depth exploration, access like a backstage pass, one-of-a-kind experiences. At Ponant, we deliver all of that. Let's go to the next slide, please. We launched something we call the Quintessential Collection. These are specifically designed for the American guest. They are themed itineraries around gardening, music, food and wine, World War II history, family learning, world affairs, art, and tropical and polar expeditions. Let's go to the next slide and we'll talk about some of these fabulous itineraries. They are, by the way, related to the destination, built around a theme, and they include a pre-cruise hotel stay and excursion, at least one very special theme-related excursion, and they feature lecturers truly expert in the theme that you're selling the clients on. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about the first one I'll begin for the purpose of this webinar, the Voyage to the Green and Gentle Lands. This is for the gardener enthusiasts that you may have. London, right there under the London Bridge to Bergen, May 12th through 22 on board Le Boreal. On the right, you see who the guest speakers are, everything that is included. And by the way, each of these Quintessential Collection individual itineraries have collateral pieces, have email blast pieces, so you can order them through our online site or ask your local business development director, and they will provide you with everything you need to do email blasts or mailings out to your clients that have an interest in these particular Quintessential Collection topics. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about Treasures of the Mediterranean World, the family learning experience. This is for the multi-generation type group from Rome to Athens next July aboard Le Boreal. And again, on the right, you'll see everything that itinerary includes. And while this slide says 8 years and up, we do take them 5 years and up. And if there's anybody younger than that as part of the multi-gen that wants to take this, please reach out to your business development director and we will get approval. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about history, art, and architecture along the North Sea. This is themed an art cruise from Copenhagen to Honfleur, France. August 25th on board our newest vessel at that time, what she will be, Le Dumont d'Urville. Again, a very famous French explorer to take you in modern-day exploration on an art-themed itinerary, including a pre-night in Copenhagen. And on the right, you see all this includes. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's go from Hong Kong to Japan's inland island sea. World War II history from Hong Kong to Osaka, September 24th through October 10th, aboard Le La Perouse. And again, on the right, you see all that is included there. Let's go to the next slide, please. Antarctica and climate change. This is an expedition Ushuaia to Ushuaia, December 8th through 21, a year from this December on La Austral. Fantastic itinerary. I have had the privilege to go to Antarctica. It is fantastic, and it should be on everybody's bucket list. And there you'll see who our guest speakers are: New York Times columnist Henry Fountain and New York Times science writer James Gorman, and in partnership with the New York Times. Quite a brand to be associated with. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about our special promotion. If you book Antarctica by October 31st, for any 18 or 19, your clients will receive an additional $1,000 off per person. The agency will receive a 5% additional commission, and the advisor will receive a $200 gift card for new business. So please book us. Everybody benefits. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about a special promotion of a total of 30% savings. So Cuba, which is a people-to-people cultural experience, Havana to Santiago from January 25th to February 3rd, 10 days, 9 nights aboard Le Ponant with just 64 guests. This includes a flight from Miami to Havana, 2 nights in Havana pre-cruise, Cienfuegos, where you will embark, Punta Francis, Isla de la Juventud, Cienfuegos again, Casilda in Trinidad, all in Cuba, Santiago de Cuba, where you disembark, and a return from Hogan to Miami, and you will fly back to Miami for a connecting flight if they didn't begin and end in Miami. This is a fantastic way to really see Cuba. It goes around the island to some fabulous, fabulous places. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about first-time guests. If you sell a first-time guest on Ponant, they will receive $600 in additional savings. If you book them by this December 31st, you will receive a $200 gift card for each booking. There you see some of our flyers to help you close more sales. And all of this is available on our website, on our agent portal. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about special agent bonus commission for CLIA members. I started saying you were on the right track by being a travel professional, a travel advisor that is a member of CLIA. And here you will see some added benefit to that membership. $200 bonus commission for each booking, valid for bookings deposited through this December 31st, valid on any 18 or 19 Ponant sailing. Book through our Ponant US office. You can call our toll-free number. We're on East Coast hours. And you must complete and return the coupon. Coupons are available in the CLIA membership booklet. And when booking, please refer to Ponant CLIA 18. So lots of benefits for you as our partner to make more money. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about groups made easy. Flexible terms with the best incentives for 19 and 20. Consider the quintessential collection for special interest groups. There you see a list of our themes again. And we have one tour conductor stateroom for 2 guests with as few as only 5 staterooms sold. So you sell 5 staterooms, 10 guests. You get a full stateroom for 2 people on select departures. Book in advance, time to promote, no at-risk monies due up front. Select departures, group deposits due 10 to 12 months prior to the departure date. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about, in addition to the very powerful Travel and Leisure's World's Best Awards, 2 of them for Ponant this year, there's a toolbox to help you. And there you can learn all about the bonus fares, our Share the Moment promotion, our solo traveler fares, waived or significantly reduced on many, many itineraries. So if you have any singles out there, look for these. First-time guests, $600 additional savings per person. Special promotions for Antarctica, the Arctic, and Cuba. A Ponant Pro, your online resource for booking and research, and pre-book 2020 and beyond with our Icebreaker, Northwest Passage, Iceland, and Japan. Flexible group terms. Take a note on the left of our toll-free reservation number, our website, how to reach out and contact us, and of course, your local sales rep in your local area. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about your business development team and your local support. There you see Teresa Gata, who is our VP of Sales for North America, Rita, who manages Director of Groups, MICE, and Latin America, Dale Woods in the Northeast, Ellen in the Northwest, Scott Sloan in the Southwest, Yannetti Perez in the Southeast, and coming soon, we will have a Midwest rep. So if you are not sure, please feel free to reach out to Teresa Gata, tgata@ponantcruises.com. Teresa will be happy to direct you. And you can always reach out to me as well. I'm at Rodriquez@ponant.com. And I'm sorry, it's tgata@ponant.com. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. And let me begin and end by saying a big thank you. Thank you for your support. We're delighted to partner with you as a valued CLIA member. We are a CLIA global member. We relish that. It's very important for many, many reasons. So I thank you for your partnership. And at this point, I'm going to turn it back over so that I can entertain any questions any of you may have. Thank you again for your time, and we look forward to having you and your clients that you entrust to become our Ponant guests on board traveling around the world on any of our 6 existing gorgeous vessels, and soon to be by 2021, 12 vessels. Back to you, Anna.
Thank you so much, Edie, for that presentation. And I do just want to let everyone know that we do still have some time for questions, so keep them coming in. And I'll start with the first one that we have, which is from Tunisia. And she is wondering if there are any training programs that agents are able to take.
Yes, we have online training, and we also will have the rep come into your office and train you as well as a library of a myriad of webinars to help you as well. So if you're looking for individual training specific, I would send an email to tgata@ponant.com, and she can direct you for your specific need. Thank you for your question, Tunisia.
This next question is from Scott, who is wondering if you could talk a little bit about the demographics of the people on the ship.
Absolutely. So the demographics of our guests, traditionally and historically, the majority of the guests were French and European. We set a very aggressive goal in North America to triple our North American business. And we actually set a goal to double it. And we've actually tripled it. So we are headed in the right direction. We also have some fantastic consortium partners like Signature Travel Network, Virtuoso, Travel Leaders, etc. But to answer your question specifically, right now about 50% of our guests are French and European, and the rest come from all over the world. So our US and North America and Canada guest numbers are growing. And it varies by itinerary as well. Thank you for your question, Scott. Next question, please.
Sure. This next question is from David, who is wondering, obviously Ponant is geared more towards an active client. How would he pitch Ponant to a disabled or handicapped prospect?
So thank you, David, for your question. All of our ships are 100% ADA compliant, so we welcome handicapped guests. Obviously, we are a more active experience, but after all, cruising on anybody, and particularly on Ponant, is all about the individual doing as much or as little as they would like. So if you have a handicapped guest, they're welcome on board. Obviously, they will be a little bit more restrictive as to getting on and off the Zodiac. It all depends on the level of their handicap, but we are fully ADA compliant on all of our vessels. So thank you, David, for your question. And the way I would sell that is the reality that we are an expedition experience. There's a lot of activity going on, but on an individual basis, one can be as active or non-active as they'd like. It is a vessel that is ADA compliant, and depending on what the handicapped person wants to do and whomever they are traveling with will determine just how much they can do. I hope that answered your question, David. Thank you for your question. Next question, please.
Great, thank you. This next question is from Alexis, who is wondering if you have any tips or strategies for targeting groups and how to find people that would be great for group travel.
Sure. Well, Alexis, thank you for your question. Remember, a group on us is as little as 5 staterooms, and then you will get the stateroom for 2 complimentary. So the best advice I could give anybody is be a really great CLIA travel professional. And every time you are closing a sale, ask that individual if they have any family and or friends that want to travel with them, referrals. I'm sure they have lots of friends who want to travel with them. But I would also say that you need to seek out groups with like-minded individuals. So you saw our quintessential collection. The gardening, is there a local gardening club in your area? Reach out to that gardening club and offer that itinerary. Any of those quintessential collections that are themed, reach out to a local group in your area, and that's how you can build a group that way. But always asking for a referral, and lots of people love to travel with their own family and friends, and that's how you can start to build groups. That's the best advice I could give you, and good luck, because we welcome groups, and you should welcome hosting it in that tour conductor stateroom. If you sell 5 staterooms and 10 people, you and your significant other can go and be the host for that group. Thank you. Next question, please.
Great. It looks like this might be our last question, also from David, who is wondering if there is a single supplement for the single client.
Yes, so we have lots of single supplements available. They're on individual sailings, and they vary, and they really are at a fantastic rate. You have to look online or call our res office, and they can tell you exactly what the single supplement is for what departures. They vary, and they are revenue controlled, so they do change. But thank you, David, for question number 2.
Okay, and it looks like that was our last question. I do want to thank everyone so much for taking the time to be with us, and thank you, Edie, for the presentation. I do want to remind everyone that this was recorded and it'll be up on our YouTube channel.
Well, I want to thank everybody again. Thank you, CLIA. Thank you, Anna, for helping me co-host this. And thank you, all of the attendees who joined us today. I have to tell you, you are in business to deliver great experiences for your clients that you entrust to become a guest on any travel experience, but you're also in business to make money. And Ponant delivers fantastic ROI when you sell us. We want to be a great partner. Please sell us. Please come and sell with us for yourself so you can experience it and be even more empowered to learn how to sell. And we look forward to seeing you and your clients around the world on Ponant. Thank you all so much. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.